everyone! This is Nab's Ventures N.A.Y, and today's video is about things that you might think are safe for rabbits, but in reality, they're really not that safe. Starting off with number 1, egg cartons. Yes, cardboard is safe for rabbits, but no, egg cartons are not always safe for rabbits. Agreed, egg cartons usually do not have any ink, glue, or anything that's visibly unsafe on them, but there might actually be things on there that you can't see but are harmful for your rabbit. So more often than not, while carrying eggs, some of them might have some sort of diseases, some bacteria clinging onto it, or maybe during the transport some egg cracks, and so there are bacterial colonies that might start living in and around those particular eggs, and that actually might be transferred to your egg carton without you even knowing. So when you give it to your rabbit will naturally try to tear it down and chew on it, and in that process they might end up ingesting all of that, and that's really not safe for them. So until and unless you're 100% sure where your egg cartons are coming from, how they are, if they're actually that clean or not, it's best to avoid giving it to your rabbit. Number 2, wooden things. This includes hideouts, sticks, chew toys, anything that involves wood in it. Whenever you imagine wood, you do think that it's safe for rabbits to use because that's the best thing they could be chewing on. It's natural and it's just good for them. But what you might not realize is that not every type of wood is safe for rabbits. Moreover, what type of coating does that wooden toy or hideout have over it? Is the paint safe for rabbits or not? These are things you have to consider. So you might get your rabbit a chew and throw toy that's made up of wood, but the particular wood type it's made up of could be something that's not safe for rabbits. And you might think it's safe for your rabbit to play with it, when in reality, your rabbit playing with it and ingesting some of it is really not safe for them. Keep a lookout for what material your wooden toy is actually from, what type of wood, and what coating is on it. Alright, moving on to number 3. You might have heard of the CNC grids enclosures and how you use those metal grids to block off areas. So these metal grids really are our superheroes. They do help us through so many pet care related things, but not every metal grid is meant for every rabbit. You have to consider the size of these squares. If these squares are too big, then your rabbit might actually try to get through it, and number 1, it'll go through it and then get in trouble, or number 2, your rabbit might not be able to get through that metal grid and might get stuck in between. So the metal grid that was meant to protect areas and protect your rabbit from getting to places might end up harming your rabbit instead. Another thing that's related to these metal grids is rust. So it's very natural for metal to get oxidized and to have rust on it. So you need to be careful that your metal grids are not too full of rust. And if your rabbit by chance just ends up ingesting some of that, so you've got to be careful about that. Lastly, it's about the food that you give your rabbit. Yes, rabbits love to eat food, and yes, your rabbit might gladly accept more and more food, but that does not mean you give it to them. Let's take an example. You give your rabbit some cabbage and your rabbit seems to absolutely love it. So you give them some more, and more, and more, because your rabbit is not declining, and that must mean they do want more, because if their body did not want more, they would simply walk away. Well, that's not something that happens every time. You need to give them how much is right for them and not beyond that, because they might still eat it, and if they eat more than what their body can digest, that can lead to other problems. Taking the cabbage example again, so you've given them more than they needed, that cabbage can end up causing bloating and also diarrhea. So what you were doing out of love can end up harming your rabbit. So do not overfeed your rabbit. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was of help.